We are now 10 months away from the official release of Star Wars Episode 9 and 29 days away from Star Wars Celebration, which will be the time and place of the official release of the teaser trailer. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are very busy when it comes to Star Wars. We do know that Galaxy's Edge, the theme park, will be launching on May 31st over in California and in August for Florida. And they're also working on Episode 9 and, of course, the new Star Wars trilogy. Now, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this is being used as a course correction by Disney and Lucasfilm. And Oscar Isaac recently was able to give out his own reaction to the movie when Today was asking him about Episode 9 and his experience with all of it, and this is what he briefly had to say. So on Today, this is what Oscar Isaac had to say about Episode 9, and confirming that it is indeed the end of the Skywalker saga, no ifs, ands, or buts. So he states, "It is the end of the Skywalker saga," Isaac confirmed on Today. When asked about Episode 9 stories, this is the culmination of the entire thing. What JJ has done and the entire Lucasfilm team is incredibly fulfilling. It's also special for us because we get to learn a lot more about these characters. Now, that is what Oscar Isaac had to say on Today about Star Wars Episode 9. I think the thing that really does stick out the most here is that, of course, when he says, what JJ has done and the entire Lucasfilm team is incredibly fulfilling. It is also special for us because we get to learn a lot more about these new characters. So what's really interesting about all of this, guys, is that a lot of people have been questioning about the continuation of the Skywalker saga. There's been a lot of mystery on whether or not Disney and Lucasfilm would expand the Skywalker family and do it at another time, let's say, for example, 10 to 15 years from now. And Oscar Isaac wanted to really lay it all to rest and confirm today, on Today, that Disney and Lucasfilm are sticking with their plan of ending the Skywalker saga forever. Now, could it really be that this is just going to be a little marketing stunt by Disney and Lucasfilm where it's the end of the Skywalker saga, ... for now, in secret by Disney? That's a possibility, but as far as what Oscar Isaac is saying, this is the real plan, and this is exactly what Disney and Lucasfilm are sticking with, is ending the Skywalker saga for good. Now, aside from all of this, alright, we do know that from Oscar Isaac, what he said about JJ, what JJ Abrams has actually done, and the entire team over at Lucasfilm, alright, whatever they did, it's actually incredibly fulfilling, the exact words from Oscar Isaac, of what they did in this story. So that's the word that a lot of people are looking for, right? Fulfilling. Because as of right now, the sequel trilogy, at least in my opinion, hasn't been all that fulfilling. I feel like there needs to be a lot of answers to some of those burning questions in The Force Awakens that were not answered in The Last Jedi that will actually be answered in this movie. And with that being said, when we do look at Oscar Isaac, we do know that he actually has a huge role in the third act of the film, and a very surprising element is going to happen to the character. A lot of people are starting to think that maybe the character is going to be killed off, J.J. Abrams' original plan, in the beginning of The Force Awakens. So when I think about Rey and Kylo Ren and the paths that they are going on in this story, how J.J. Abrams is going to take the character of Kylo down a far darker path than ever before, and attempting to make him more evil than Darth Vader ever was in the original trilogy, I think is something that really does truly fascinate me about this movie, because guys, I gotta say, Kylo Ren, I feel, needs to be more of a sinister character, a more intimidating character in the sequel trilogy. So far in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi, he's been a very, conflicted character, kind of where his path is a little bit blurry and grayed out. Now in Episode 9, his path is going to be made more clear. However, that is, of course, until the new threat shows up, which makes him vulnerable at a certain point in time in the second and or third act of the film. So, like I say, guys, I'm glad to hear that this movie that J.J. Abrams and the Lucasfilm crew put together, the team, that it's going to be incredibly fulfilling, and as Oscar Isaac has said before in the past, that this movie is going to blow everybody away. Now, that's another thing to think about here, is that when you think about Episode 9, there really is a lot at stake for the Star Wars franchise with this movie, in my own opinion, right? If you look at episode 9, if this movie fails at the box office, the future of this franchise is either going to have to end, or it's going to have to be shifted completely. They're going to have to change their entire plan again, just like what happened with Solo: A Star Wars Story. I'm sure you guys remember this. When Solo: A Star Wars Story's box office results came in, that's when Disney and Lucasfilm canceled the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie and turned it into a TV series. Initially, they left it on hold and were about to cancel, but now it's a TV series. And they canceled the Boba Fett movie and turned it into The Mandalorian. And a handful of other Star Wars projects were just canceled flat right there. So if this movie fails, you can only imagine what things are going to change for the future of this franchise. You know, Rian Johnson's trilogy could be canceled. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't mind that. And the new Star Wars trilogy may even be changed by the creators of Game of Thrones. We'll have to wait and see exactly how things are actually going to happen once December of 2019 arrives. But let me know what you guys think about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.